Yeah. So, hello, Abha. How are you?
Hello, Madhu. I'm fine.
Good. Looking nice. I'm meeting you after a long time. It was
So
very
much.
nice of you. For at such short notice, you agreed to give me this interview.
For friends, I'm always there. Anytime.
Yeah, really good gesture. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, before I go into all our topic, let me just hurriedly go through your resume. As you have given me this, you are founder, director, principal of Apex International School. I think you were there before, isn't it? Some very recently you have changed. Yeah. So you have 20 years of experience in education research. You hold master's degrees and PG, multi PGs in school administration and history. Also a certificate in leadership skill, behavior sciences, life skill, health, hygiene, stress management, advanced parenting, neuroscience. Oh my God, lovely, lovely. And all this, you have been always upscaling yourself, and you're a teacher, principal, and a learner. That is the great combination. Lovely. So it's so pleasing to go through your resume. And I love this about you. You are always upscaling yourself to constantly support parents' concern. Yes, this is my area, I can say. So, Abha, what according to you is parenting?
I feel that parenting is not just, giving birth to a child and raising them. It's all
Yes.
about how you raise them effectively and gracefully. How your life skills, your values, you are passing on to your children in a very effective manner.
Yeah,
It's not
that
only
is,
just raising children by educating them or giving them all the physical facilities.
yes. It is beyond. Huh? It is
Much, much
beyond.
beyond that.
Yes, much beyond that. It is so deeper. It is unending, I would say, isn't it?
Yes, yes, of course. Till the time that relation is there, of course, parent-child relation is always an infinite, relation where there is no full stop. It's always continuation.
And most precious relation that there. And when we talk about this bonding and emotional connection between parent and child, and that is the core essence of parenting. Okay. So, how, according to you, would be the best approach in parenting?
I feel that parents should always give a comfort zone to their children. In the sense, it should not like always pampering them. It's always like giving them space to speak, to put their point, to listen what they want to say. Whenever a child approaches you, listen to that child, to your child, what he wants to say, what he or
Yes.
she has come up with. If he or she is having some question in their mind, they must be very much curious. So if you want answer, they will try to find answers from some other source. So it may be possible that other source may not be good, bad, I don't know what kind of that source would be. It may be possible that source may distract that child and divert to some other wrong ways with wrong answers.
Yes.
So it's very
Yes.
important to give your child space to speak up. To always, you should give your ear to your child and
Yes.
always allow them what they want to do.
Right. Very true. That is the very much essential, and it needs some time, very dedicated to the child, to have that one-on-one connect and the conversation between the parent and the child. It is so, so insightful. Yes, that is good enough. So here, now let us talk about the burning issue, that is the screen time that we see now because of the online classes and then pandemic situation and all those things. And here, how much time, screen time like you feel is good enough for young ones?
If I talk about pre-primary kids, like children till second grade, okay, like till 8 years of age, I think whatever time they're spending in their online classes, that is much enough. That is 2 to 3 hours is more than enough, because after that also they will take a break and they will come again in front of screen to watch their favorite cartoon or to watch their
Yeah.
favorite movie or some other show,
Yeah.
because they're after all limited to the boundaries of their home right now. They don't have playground to play, they don't have any other space to go around. So definitely right now their world has got limited onto the screen. So we have to see that age group of children who are of 8 years, till 8 years, they should get enough breaks in between their screen time.
Yes.
At the same time, if we talk about a little elder ones, like from classes third to eighth standard, for them again the screen time, the gap may be of like 1.5 hour, 1.5 hour. You can give a gap.
Okay. Yes.
So we should ask them, beta, just come out of that screen thing and just move around in home, take a one round in house. Go to little garden. If you have some garden in your home, go there, watch some greens, natural things, breathe in fresh air, wash your eyes with water, and give your eyes a relaxation of 5 minutes. Just sleep with 5 minutes, with your eyes closed. So that way the eyes of your children will get a little rest, and then again when he's in front of screen, he's not tired. And of course, as soon as his classes gets over, make sure at least 2-3 hours he doesn't go in front of screen again. Because ultimately this screen, it releases some harmful radiations. So which we need to take care that our children should remain aloof from it as far as much as possible.
Yes, very true. Because very young ones are entering into technological world. It's too young for them actually. But because of the compulsions that we have, they have entered too early in this virtual world. And they are so excited about it. And they don't want to come out of it. They feel so
Because
much
it's
of
new for them, so they are curious and they
Yes.
want to know more and more of the way they see.
Yes.
Okay, because screen has endless information.
Yeah.
Especially when parents, they are giving their children mobile phone, and they simply do, they switch on YouTube and they hand over the phone to their children, so that child remains busy in that and they can
Yes.
do their work silently. But the thing is that this is not a good practice. I'll give you one example. This happened in my family only. My younger brother's son, when he was very small, very young, of like I think 3 years, 4 years of age, he used to cry a lot when his mother asked him to have food. So what she used to do, she used to switch on the TV, will run some cartoon, and the child is quiet, and then he will eat the food.
Yes.
So initially it was good, but later on this has become a very, what I say, it become a rigid habit. The child could not come out of it. And today also, as he is right now, I think in 11th standard, but still when he sits for eating, he needs to eat.
Yes, I too have observed this.
That is, it's on to us what kind of habit we are inculcating in our children, especially screen time is concerned.
Yes.
If we are already making them aware that how screen can be harmful to them, and how much time they should be sitting in front of screen,
Yes.
then they themselves will get up from in front from the screen, and they will take rest or give rest to their eyes. That understanding is needed instead of scolding.
Yeah.
What parents generally do, they simply scold their children. अरे ज्यादा देर टीवी के आगे क्यों बैठे हो, पूरा दिन लैपटॉप में लगे रहते हो, इंटरनेट पे गेम खेलते रहते हो, तुम्हारी आंखें खराब हो जाएगी, चलो 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 उठो यहाँ से. Instead of screaming like this, if we can take that child, with him, give them half an hour and make them aware of the harmful effects of watching screen for longer times.
Yes.
So when a child will understand that, he will definitely not use it much. आज का बच्चा बहुत ज्यादा समझदार है,
Yeah.
बहुत ज्यादा. एक तरफ जितना जिद्दी होता है, वो जिद्दी भी हमारी वजह से हो रहा है, और जितनी उसके अंदर समझदारी आती है, वो भी हमारी वजह से आती है. So if a child is rigid, if a child is little, what we say, annoying or notorious, it's all because of our behavior.
Mm. True.
So if we want them to come out of the screen time, then we ourselves has to reduce our screen time.
Yes.
That is the very first thing. Because if you see, very recently we have been to one of the restaurant, and I found that there was one family with, two children, mama, papa, and two children were there. And I saw that all four of them, they were having their own phone and they were busy into that.
Yeah.
How we can say it's a quality family time.
Yes. It is. Yeah. That is what the trend is. Yeah.
So instead of doing that, they should have left all of their phones at home, and they should have spent that time in talking to each other, asking them what they did for the whole day.
Hmm. So what is the purpose finally? Nothing. They're going for outing, but they're attached to the devices.
So it's for the parents first to reduce their own screen time, and then they can, ask their children to do it. Because बच्चा सीधा सीधा बोलेगा, पापा आप भी तो टीवी देखते हो, आप भी तो यूट्यूब पे मूवीज देख रहे हो, या आप भी पूरा दिन ऑफिस के काम के लिए आप स्क्रीन के आगे ही रहते हो. Then how can you say no to me? So we have to make them, understand, and it is possible only when we, make them sit with us for half an hour, just to make them understand what are the harmful effects of screen time, more screen time. Yeah.
Very rightly said, Abba. That is very true. Unless we make them understand, unless we are ourselves on the right track, we cannot expect our little one to be a better version than what we are. They will be just imitating what we are. That is it. Very true. I do agree with that. And it is in every house this is happening. It's not only in one family, but this is very much happening everywhere because the environment is such. These devices are very easily available. They are easily accessible. At times, parents give them for their own convenience. At times, children grab it because they know how fascinating it is. And that is the best way to keep them occupied themselves, and parents will be also happy. Only when at a later stage, when they don't listen to parents, then the alarm goes on that now he's not listening. That is the trigger point. Yes, true, very true. इनको मतलब एक balanced अगर हम चाहे तो it's not so easy. And first we have to do work on the parents. The first, and then focus on the child. That is the
Charity
thing.
begins from home.
Yeah.
So charity begins from self first and then the world.
Exactly. Very true. Very well said. And Abba, you tell me one thing. Since you are heading a school there, you have a team of teachers and all those things. Was it so easy for them to switch over to this system?
Initially, when lockdown started and this all of a sudden, everything shifted online, it was very difficult for teachers to divert onto, online system because they were not trained. They were not trained.
Yeah.
There were different platforms like Google Meet or Zoom or Microsoft Team. At that time, there were only 3 platforms. So it was very difficult for them to handle those technicalities of these platforms.
Yes.
And later on, the another problem which they are still facing is the connect between teacher and a student. The bond which we develop in live classes, in offline classes, in the classroom, in that ambience of class, that cannot be developed in the online classes. So yes, initially teachers did face these problems. Later on, now it's like 1.5 years, and again the new academic year has started online only. So now teachers are much more trained, much more, what we say, equipped with the latest technical tools.
Yeah.
As we leaders also have, continuously taking trainings on various platforms. So we are also training our teachers and how they can make it better, their class better, how they can make their students, taking interest in their class. So now everything is happening online. We have celebrated our Independence Day through online platform. Now tomorrow, as there is a Janmashtami festival, again we are going to celebrate it online.
Okay.
So we have found the ways now.
Yeah.
We have become very much comfortable with that, and now we are finding ways how we can make it interesting and engaging.
Yes, true, very true. But one thing you tell me, like, do teachers take attendance also during these online classes?
Yes, the complete system is developed in such a way that the moment child comes, teacher takes the attendance, and there's a system in online only. They enter there, and they automatically that attendance gets recorded.
Okay, so that is how it is maintained.
Yes,
Yeah.
initially everything was manual, but as the time passed, the technology
Yes.
shifted to the whole kind of technology shifted to online thing, developing online tools, making online things easy for everyone. So lots many new softwares, lot many new technicalities came into various platforms also. And initially what ERP kind of thing we were using, uski jagah par, like in Google Classrooms and like Zoom, a lot many platforms were there. Everything was like now inbuilt.
Okay.
So they have made teachers work very easy. Now they can put homeworks also in the same session. Now they can, if they have to announce something that, okay, some announcement has to be made. So again, there's a section we have to simply put a message over there, and the message reaches to everyone.
Okay. But how do they keep the young ones occupied, engaged during the sessions?
Again, now it's a world of experiential learning. NEP is coming with all is this experiential learning thing. So we have already started training our teachers on that, onto that, and now they are experimenting during their live classes. So our classes are more of activity based than the lecture giving section.
Okay. So with the activities, they keep them engaged.
Yes, we give them energizers also in the beginning of the session. Then we ask them to, whatever lesson is there, we ask them to act, or we ask them to bring in things related to that particular chapter, or just to tell what is their experience related to what they have studied in that class.
Okay, okay. But you tell me, what if they put off the screens? The camera is kept off. Are they allowed to?
No, it is compulsory for everyone to switch on the camera. If there is any technical issue, they have to announce us in advance.
Okay, otherwise they are not allowed. Else?
They are not allowed to switch off the camera.
Okay, so they need
children
to...
are enjoying the classes, and they are keeping their cameras on. Only sometime it happens that parent only says, ma'am, today some internet issues are there, so my camera is off. Otherwise, 99.9% students, they keep their cameras on. They actually participate in the class discussion very actively.
Yes, that is what I have seen. Generally, they keep it on because in my grandson is there. He's having his online classes. He's in grade 2. At times when he keeps it off, and I wonder, and I ask him, I said, what makes you keep it off? Sometimes cool, cool. He will just say, like, cool, what cool? Your camera has to be on. For him, it is
sometimes elder children, they do, children of higher classes, sometimes it is difficult to make them actually available on screen, but still smaller children till grade 7, they are there on the screen. It's
So
all on the
ideally,
teachers, how they keep their classes interesting.
yes,
It's all about us. How if teacher is creating that curiosity and interest in the class, child will himself will not switch off the camera.
right. Very true. They need to keep them engaged
And
continuously.
moreover, we have introduced a star performer award for
Okay.
every month.
Okay.
So there are certain conditions.
Yeah.
A child has to present every day. Then child has to keep camera on throughout the class. Then
Okay.
child has to submit their homework in time. They have to solve the worksheet in time. They have to perform the activity. So all
Okay.
these conditions are there. So children, marks will be given for all these things. So automatically the attendance has become 100% in the online classes.
Hmm.
Moreover, all are sitting with their, and there is an online discipline marks also. So children are sitting with very, peaceful manner and a disciplined way. It doesn't feels like we are taking class online.
Okay. That is good encouragement for children. Yes. Which can drive them, yes, to be disciplined. Sort of. Yeah, I love that. That is good. I don't know whether all schools are following that. I wish they do it.
Depends on how they are being trained and guided.
Yeah, it's good motivation for young ones. That is there. So now you all have, like almost managed it. It has become online schooling a new normal, like everybody's used to it and all those things. And teachers are operating from home. They don't have to come to school.
No, we are not calling them at the school. They are operating everything from their home only. Yes, sometimes their worksheet submissions or exam paper submissions are there. So they have to come to school to collect the papers and then they take it home and correct them.
Now tell me, what would be your one message for parents?
I simply say, listen to your children first. That is the
Okay.
first thing we should do.
Okay.
What happens, our children, they come to us, पापा मुझे एक बात कहनी है, पापा मुझे एक बात पूछनी है, पापा, तो हम क्या करते हैं, what we do, जैसे अरे अभी मत आओ, बाद में आओ, हम अभी कुछ काम कर रहे हैं, अरे 1 मिनट पहले मैं जरा सब्जी बना लूं, अरे 1 मिनट पहले मैं जरा कपड़े सुखा लूं, and just we postpone their question.
Yeah.
And many a times it may be possible कि उस बच्चे के पास कोई ऐसी serious query हो सकती है कि जिसको अगर हमने ऑन द स्पॉट उस समय सॉल्व नहीं किया है या नहीं सुना है, इट मे बी पॉसिबल कि उसके साथ वहां पे कुछ गलत आगे हो जाए. Because nowadays you might have heard of like how children are being, abused and they are being harassed sexually also at various places. So many a times it may be possible कि बच्चा अगर आपके पास कभी नहीं आता और अचानक किसी बात के लिए जिद करे कि पापा मेरी बात सुनो सुनो सुनो, and we are not listening. So it may be possible कि हो सकता है कि किसी ने उसको छेड़ा हो कहीं गलत तरीके से, जो बच्चा आपके साथ शेयर करना चाह रहा है. एक वो उसके लिए इमरजेंसी सिचुएशन है कि उसके साथ कुछ अजीब सा हुआ है जो उसे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. So it's very important to listen to your child. Especially अगर बड़े बच्चे भी आपके पास अगर कभी आते हैं, ये तो मैं छोटे बच्चों की बात करूं क्योंकि वो बहुत क्यूरियस होते हैं. Lekin when elder children of bigger classes like 10th, 11th, 12th also, many a times if they come to you and they ask, they will say, "Ki, I want to talk to you." Sit with them, leave all of your work.
Okay.
Listen to them. Go for a walk.
Yes.
Play with them sometimes.
Hmm.
Go for play a game which they like.
Yeah.
Ask them what is their dream to become in life, what is their goal in the life. Don't impose your goals and your incomplete dreams onto them.
Yeah, very true.
मैं
Very
डॉक्टर
well
नहीं
said.
बना तो मेरा बेटा भी डॉक्टर ही बनना चाहिए. It's not like that. If your child wants to become an artist, allow them.
Yeah. Yes. So that is really great message, Abba. It's so nice talking to you. We haven't met personally. I'm really looking forward to meet you. Let us
Soon,
hope in
if you
near
are come to
future.
Pune.
Yeah. So I look forward to meet you soon. Yeah. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much for giving me your valuable time. That's good.
Thank you so much, Madhu, for giving me this opportunity to express my views on parenting so that even I can, send my message to them through your platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Abba. See you.
Bye.